Hello and welcome to another episode, a special episode of Paving the Way podcast. I'm Stephen Moa, aka Essay. I'm here with Kenny Jean-Louis, aka KJL. Today we're here with a former Champlain Cavalier. She played back in the day with Kenny on the women's team, Division One, and right now she's doing a lot of good things, especially in the community, as an ambassador for the Champlain Cavaliers women's basketball team, and also she's a real estate agent. Please give it up for Miss Kipola.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me.
Bonjour.
Bon, ça fait vraiment plaisir de t'avoir sur notre plateforme. Quand je pense à Kipola, je pense on était dans le même boss il y a 10 ans.
Yeah.
10 ans plus tard, tu fais comme beaucoup de trucs. Puis entre autres, dernièrement, maintenant, tu es l'ambassadrice pour Champlain, le côté des filles ou côté des gars aussi? Juste côté des filles?
Juste côté des filles, pour le moment, we'll see how things go. It's specifically, I just want to put a precision. So Champlain, there's like the women's basketball team throughout the year, right? And then there's also the summer team, which isn't necessarily all the same girls from during the year. So it's really for women from all over Quebec that can go into that program. Puis c'est ça, fait que je voulais juste comme préciser un petit peu.
Okay.
C'est vraiment avec like slam camp, which is the summer part of
OK. Puis, qu'est-ce qui t'a poussé? Je sais, comme tu as joué à Champlain, mais qu'est-ce qui t'a poussé? C'est quand tu as eu l'idée, OK, tu sais quoi? Je vais faire ça.
Okay, so to fully answer the question, I would have to like go back to like, and I want to explain like why I feel like such a tie and why this was like a perfect fit, I feel, right? So moi, mon amour du basket est pas venu comme naturellement, je dirais, genre, I had big brothers. I used to play basketball when we were younger, so obviously, like, you kind of look up to your older siblings. Puis c'est que when I was in elementary school, I was, believe it or not, because I'm like 5'5" right now, believe it or not, back in the days, I was actually the tallest kid in elementary school, like, au complet, okay? So they took me because of my height. Not because I was good, but just because of my height. Puis là, c'est comme ça que je me suis fait des amis, tout ça. Fait que j'ai commencé à jouer au primaire, après ça, j'ai joué au secondaire, tout ça. Mais quand je suis arrivée pour aller à Champlain, so I wasn't the best player, right? So moi, je faisais juste jouer parce que toutes mes amies, que je m'étais créée, tout ça. That's what we were doing. Puis quand je suis arrivée, en fait, pour rentrer à Champlain, I actually got hurt that summer, so I wasn't able to play for that first full year. So they could have very easily cut me from the team and then just call it a day, and my basketball career would have like ended there, right? Mais à la place de faire ça, they still took me in and put me as team manager, and I was still able to hang out with the girls, do the same thing with like team as they were doing, and stay involved. And honestly, I feel like that changed literally everything, because when you're in high school, you're still playing for fun. When you get to college, it's a lot more serious. And that built character that developed me into the woman that I am today. So that's where that tie comes in, right? Yeah. Mais la partie, ce que j'ai, pas foiré, mais tu sais, je veux dire, j'aime pas ça de vivre avec des regrets dans la vie, là. Mais après, c'est que I feel like it's important to pinpoint things that you could have done better. So I played for the first year, which is when you were there, Kenny, right? And then, I don't know if you remember, but that second year, I was only there for half of the school year. À cet âge-là, là, si tu veux pas jouer, parce que obviously I knew I wasn't gonna play professionally, I was extremely confused as to what I wanted to do with my life. C'est ma carrière, tu sais, ils disent de choisir ton programme, ils disent de comme, you know, you have to figure out what you want, like c'est quoi, vers quoi tu t'enlignes, and I was extremely confused. So après cette demi-saison-là, la première saison de l'année, I quit and I left. Puis je suis juste allée comme figure things out. I went for like a job or something, peu importe. So, j'ai traversé plusieurs choses depuis, mais ça, c'était une erreur. Puis c'était une erreur, pourquoi? Parce que, tu sais, je poussais sur le basket, mais juste le basket. When there's like a whole lot of other things around that, education is super important. You know what I mean? Puis c'est que t'avais pas ce déclic-là à cet âge-là, and that was a mistake. So, mon taille, pour revenir à votre question, et pourquoi je trouve que, justement, pourquoi je veux justement m'involver avec le programme, c'est pour le basket parce qu'on adore ça, we like to play, ça build, comme j'ai dit, du character, that you have to dedicate yourself at that point. Mais après, c'est que la danse, c'est pas tout le monde qui va aller jouer professionnellement, là. You know what I mean? Puis c'est qu'il y a beaucoup là-dedans qui sont sûrement en train de se poser des questions par rapport à leur carrière, puis I'm very fortunate to have d'être rendu où ce que je suis maintenant, but there was a lot of bumps on the road. C'est que si je peux, à travers ça, aussi pouvoir aider une fille à essayer de se découvrir et puis voir c'est quoi les possibilités qu'elle veut faire, then that's so be it, you know?
OK. Puis, Georges et Michel, comment ils ont eu un impact sur toi? Comme quand tu les as reparlés, puis tu les as dit, comme comment tu te sentais, puis...
So, but you know what? That's what's great about coaches, especially the ones that I've had. Honestly, I feel like I've been very, very fortunate. They're sort of like father figures for us women, right? So, comme ce que j'aime vraiment en fait de Georges et Michel, c'est que tu sais quand j'ai voulu quitter, obviously they sat me down, they were trying to tell me, you know what, c'est pas grave, retourne dans tes cours, focus on school. They've always been education comes first. Puis I just wasn't hearing it back then. So I left, and like I said, that was a mistake. Mais là, 10 ans plus tard, like I felt bad when I left because I knew that was the dumb decision to do, right? And I kind of felt bad even going back to the games and like seeing them around because like I just left, you know what I mean? But 10 years later, they still communicate with me as if I was still family. And that's what Montreal basketball is like. And that's why I really appreciate your guys' podcast. Parce que même si on se connaît pas, we kind of like know people from this world since des quinzaines d'années before. And it's still that like link, which is basketball. So, quand j'ai parlé avec Michel puis Georges dernièrement pour ce projet-là, c'était vraiment comme si j'étais jamais partie en fait.
Mm-hmm. Were you the only one that I guess got this idea, or you partnered up with somebody else and decided to do this thing with?
So for the ambassador program, non, en fait, ça a commencé que last year they approached me to just like donate. Obviously, I think they see that I'm doing real estate, I'm doing a bunch of things, so it's just like a question of donating, which is fine. Mais après, I don't tend to do things halfway. Like moi, quand je suis dedans for real. Like I'm all up in your business. That's how I do business and with like my transactions. Like if I have a client, I'm like, je suis dans ta bulle because I feel like that's the only way that I can fully help. C'est quand je comprends what the need is and then I try to figure out a plan to do it. Now, the need was obviously they need funds to continue to help the girls to be able to play for the summer, right? Parce que là, pour ceux qui le savent pas, the summer team, you actually have to pay for it. Si je me trompe pas, c'est environ $1,500 par joueuse. Mais c'est pas tous les parents qui ont $1,500 à donner, là, right? Puis c'est justement, j'étais en train d'avoir cette conversation-là avec Michel. Je sais pas pour vous, mais moi, ma mère, she couldn't afford $1,500 back in the days. I don't even remember, I can't even tell you what I did to be able to play that summer. Parce que tellement qu'ils s'organisent pour que toutes les filles puissent jouer ceux qui veulent vraiment, you don't even have to worry about that. So c'est ça que je veux vraiment implémenter puis continuer, c'est qu'I want to make sure that the girls only worry about education, basketball, that's it. Au niveau des finances, on va essayer de trouver une façon pour figure it out and permit the girls to live this beautiful experience, you know?
Oh, OK. Bien, c'est vraiment nice. Puis, ça va commencer, est-ce que c'est un plan de 1 an, 2 ans, 3 ans, ou on va faire cette année-là, puis on va voir qu'est-ce qui va se passer l'année prochaine? C'est quoi le plan, genre? Ou c'est quoi?
Yeah, so the goal is to go and get 20K for next summer. Donc, 20K funds one of the girls' team, mais au total, si je me trompe pas, ils sont 6, right? Et puis, éventuellement, ce que j'aimerais faire, c'est vraiment permit all sports from Champlain de pouvoir vraiment ne pas avoir à se soucier de ça, if that makes sense. So, on commence petit just because we're starting it, we're trying to see how it goes, and then I'm going to obviously use my tools that I have, which is real estate, which is the radio that I'm a part of, which is PR, my background in PR, to bring more visibility and try to get funds for the girls. Mais on commence avec un goal de 20K pour l'été, en fait, 2021. Et ensuite, obviously, the goal would be to, like, double that so that everybody could just be okay and play basketball and that's it.
Est-ce qu'il y a un endroit qu'on peut donner ou je sais pas, un site ou...
So for now, people could just transfer me and just come in communication with me to do a transfer. So je vais donner mon courriel, tout ça. Obviously, we give back receipts for people who donate. Mais dans le fond, effectivement, je suis en train de travailler sur mon site web et puis ça devrait être prêt d'ici environ 1 mois où il y aura un lien pour que les personnes peuvent venir donner. Et puis, à travers l'année, we're planning some events justement pour ramasser en fait des fonds and bring visibility and awareness to the girls basketball team.
Okay. Ça serait quoi les genres d'événements que tu ferais comme juste?
So we were talking about like a 3-on-3 amical où est-ce que tout le monde pourrait comme un peu s'inscrire et venir jouer au basket justement à Champlain, have like maybe a DJ and stuff like that. Fait que ça c'est comme une idée en fait de projet, mais par exemple il y a plusieurs enseignes justement de Champlain that are doing a lot of different things. So what I would like to do, comme j'ai dit, c'est que moi mon link, c'est aussi de montrer au niveau carrière what you can do parce que c'est pas toutes les filles qui vont pouvoir aller jouer professionnellement. So there are a lot of women from the basketball team. Tu sais, par exemple, moi, je suis radio host on Friday nights à Passe-le-mot à CIBL. S'il y en a là-dedans qui sont intéressés à devenir des radio hosts, okay, let's do like something where the girls come with me to the station and see how it goes, puis peut-être même se pratiquer tout ça and try to have fun à travers ça. So, on va faire vraiment plusieurs différents événements que moi, j'essaie de faire un lien, en fait, avec différentes carrières pour que les filles puissent voir people that literally come from that program, what they're doing now, and be inspired by that.
OK. Puis, est-ce que tu as déjà parlé aux filles? Comme je t'ai vu, tu étais dans le gymnase, puis tu avais la photo avec Michel, puis Georges. Est-ce que tu as parlé aux filles? Puis comment ils ont répondu? Comme est-ce qu'ils étaient contents? Tu vois le sourire? Est-ce qu'ils savaient pas? Ils étaient un peu comme... c'était quoi leur réaction, genre, quand tu les as parlé dans le gymnase?
You know what's funny? So, ce que la face, c'est que même si I do like all like radio shows and podcasts and stuff, I'm pretty shy in person, especially when it comes to like big groups. Puis surtout quand j'embarque en fait dans un nouveau projet, it's really important for me to understand it fully. Là, ça fait quand même 10 ans que j'ai été décrochée en fait du programme. So, je voulais comme tu sais, just baby step it type of thing. So, we didn't really announce it to the girls beforehand. It was kind of like a surprise. Puis là, justement, quand je suis allée au gym derrière moi, I really just sat back and I was like just looking and feeling the vibe of everyone and that's it. Là, à la fin de la pratique, en fait, Georges l'a annoncé aux filles and la réaction était super positive. I think they were really excited to hear about it, but they were surprised.
Right now, you just said you have a background in PR, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. How did you get into real estate?
Okay, really good question. So moi, je suis un peu une touche à tout. And autant que j'étais confused justement back in the days, I feel like I kind of still am today. I just like a bunch of different things and whatever just comes my way. Like if I have an idea, I'll just try it until it doesn't work anymore. And then I'll just try another one. So the real estate thing came when I left Champlain, I went to Toronto for a year. I came back, I started working for a little bit. I was still confused. And then I decided to go back to school. So I went to Concordia, right? And I was planning to go to JMSB to study in business, but that's like 3 to 4 years that you really have to invest in education. You can't really work at the same time, like full time. And I wasn't sure of like what the end job was going to be, right? Like if I had a goal, usually it's supposed to be clear, you know where you're headed, but I didn't know where I was heading. And then I had some friends that were posting on social media because they were real estate agents. So I got like a little bit of information out of it. And what really interested me in real estate is that there's no, like how do you say, il y a pas de ceiling au niveau du montant que tu peux faire en real estate. It totally depends on you, right? Because I'm 100% commission based. No hours, no boss. So tout ça, j'étais comme, okay, you know what? Let's just go into it. And like a week later, I signed up into my real estate classes, not really knowing what I was getting myself into. Like, au début, it was a little bit rocky, but like I'm on my 4th year now, and it's like the best decision I've ever made.
The reason why I bring that up, I'm just like, because the program that you're doing, like you said, you were at Champlain 10 years ago, and now look where you are now, and not everyone plays professional. And a lot of people, I guess, they think whatever they're doing in school is what they're going to end up doing later on in the future, right? And you're a perfect example. You're in PR, now you're real estate, and now you're giving back to where you played. So I think your program is going to really, really impact a lot of people, you know, and the way it sounds of it, I think you just headed the right way. So
well, thank you so much for saying that. And that's what I'm trying to implement with the PR thing. Like I'm posting obviously a lot more. I'm trying to give like more tips because I feel like that when I was younger, there was nobody to tell me like, oh, this is what you can do and this is how to do it. This is what you can do and this is how to do it. I never had that, right? I just tried a bunch of things, fucked up a bunch of times, and then just brought it back up and then tried again, you know? But not everybody has that energy, and it's a little difficult when you don't have like a vision, when you can't really see someone that's doing something that, okay, that interests me. So that's what I'm trying to do with like my PR thing and to bring visibility to the program. And that's why I just try a bunch of things and I showcase them. Even if I feel like it doesn't matter, maybe somebody will see something I'm doing, take an idea out of it and then just make it better. That's the whole point. And I feel like I missed that when I was younger. So I'm trying to do it a little different.
Puis si je fais l'avocat du diable, puis quelqu'un se dit, hey, elle fait tellement d'affaires, elle fait ci, elle fait ça, elle fait ci. Comment elle aura le temps de focus sur être l'ambassadrice? Comment elle va avoir le temps d'être mon real estate agent? So, comment tu réponds quoi à ça?
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because I honestly get that one all the time. Like people be so confused if they follow me because I do like a whole bunch of shit that has nothing to do with what I'm doing. I would say Je pense que, puis justement, c'est quelque chose que je pense que je déteste du sport. Back in the days, you guys played like for a long time, right? On avait l'école, on avait des fois des side jobs, on avait des pratiques 6 fois semaine, on avait des games, on avait des tournois. Puis we were juggling all of that. Ça paraît pas beaucoup, mais c'est énorme, right? So I feel like I get that from that world. C'est du time management, basically, is what it is. I feel like you can do it all. Après, c'est sûr que maintenant, je suis rendue à un point où je peux hire people to help me out as well. So I do have like a right hand that's, pour le reste, sans lui, ça serait vraiment difficile. And that part is actually pretty cool. Like, éventuellement, est-ce que je vais peut-être hire une des filles justement dans l'équipe de basket à venir travailler avec moi, des choses comme ça. So I do have a right hand now, mais I would say basically time management. Puis moi, je veux pas m'empêcher. Like, if I want to try something, I'm trying it out. Because then you'll never know if, like, you actually, if that was for you or not. Tu sais, si j'aurais pas essayé les real estate, ben, je serais complètement dans autre chose, you know?
OK. Puis t'as dit que tu vas prendre une fille qui joue dans l'équipe maintenant ou une fille alumni?
No, but I mean, maybe, like, I was just saying that as an example. Like, now I'm at the point where I could actually hire my people, which is really dope, right? And that's, fait que là, justement, si une des filles, par exemple, je sais pas, là, elle veut justement devenir real estate ou peu importe, like, why not come work with me, learn the business and how it works, et ainsi de suite. Comme ça, toi, après, tu vas pouvoir le faire genre, à ta façon par la suite. So, if I would be able to do that, like, c'est justement ça le but, là.
OK. Puis, juste une question. Toi, il y a 10 ans, tu étais dans le Slam, like Summer Program. Puis là, maintenant, tu es là 10 ans plus tard. Est-ce que tu vois, je sais pas, une différence chez les filles ou comme, ou tu vois, c'est la même chose ou est-ce que tu pouvais te voir chez une fille en particulier comme...
That's a really good question. I mean, moi, je suis retournée, puis I had the same vibe that I had before. Puis, tu sais, comme j'ai dit, ce qui est nice avec, ben, tu sais, moi, en tout cas, mes coachs, ça a été ça, mais là, on parle de Georges et Michel particulièrement, c'est que whoever wants to put in work, they're gonna work with you. Right? Puis l'équipe des filles, je trouve que c'est ça que ça va l'air. Ça va l'air de filles qui comme, OK, you know what, let's put in work, let's work on our basketball skills, let's work on this. Mais ils semblent beaucoup plus prendre leur education au sérieux que moi, en tout cas, back in the days. So I feel like there's maybe that has changed a little bit. Mais au niveau du feel of it, like the program, the vibe, les expériences, ça l'a juste comme amplifié. Là. Now they do like a whole bunch of tournaments. They go to a whole bunch of places. They go to New York, they go to Washington, they go to, et ainsi de suite. Nous, on a vécu ça, oui. Mais là, maintenant, on dirait que c'est comme beaucoup plus gros. And I would like to permit them to continue to do that.
OK. Et puis, encore une dernière question. Georges puis Michel, de l'extérieur, comme en tant que tu étais leur joueuse, puis maintenant tu vois ça de l'extérieur, comme ta relation est comme pareille ou comme ils te traitent encore comme si tu étais la joueuse, maintenant, comme, OK, là, tu es une adulte, comme, comment tu vois la relation, genre?
Yeah, well, it is very different, effectivement, parce que comme je dis, like, I feel like it was kind of like father figures back in the days where they were telling me what to do. Puis là, maintenant, when I sat down with Michel, he was like, yo, you know what, we trust you. Like, we built you. Now you're éduqué, like, you good, you can do whatever, we believe in you. So, ce qui est vraiment nice, en fait, du tout, c'est que, like obviously, I work in I have a PR background, so j'aime ça jouer avec la créativité puis créer plusieurs différentes choses et ils m'ont juste donné feu vert to do whatever I feel like, puis ils vont juste me support. So, effectivement, la relation est complètement différente because now it's not like they're telling me what to do this. Like, I'm actually telling them, we need to do this to, you know, we need to try something different. And they're willing to just follow me on that project. So that part is really, really cool.
Okay.
C'est nice, man. Tu fais les filles. Après, le goal, c'est d'avoir toutes les équipes de Champlain.
Yeah.
Do you think one day to, I guess, open up more and do other teams, or just stick to Champlain?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like un peu comme pourquoi I actually reached out to you guys and wanted to talk to you specifically for this program, c'est que le monde du basket, en fait, à Montréal is a real thing. Like, it's a huge, big family. Like, we know everybody, et ainsi de suite. Puis, je trouve que c'est ça qui a forgé mes connexions, mon knowledge. Et ça m'aide jusqu'à aujourd'hui, malgré le fait que ça fait 10 ans que je ne joue plus au basket. So, my eventual goal would be to bring more awareness to just basketball from Montreal. Maintenant, reste à voir où ce que ça va aller. Je vois en grand, mais je dois commencer quelque part. Puis là, j'ai décidé en fait de commencer avec Champlain juste parce que j'ai vécu ce programme-là and I know quel genre de femme en fait ça forge. Mais après, qu'est-ce qui va venir de tout ça? We will see. Oui,
Non, moi, je trouve ça vraiment nice, parce que, comme je te dis, le basketball québécois, basketball à Montréal est en train de devenir big. So, le fait nous, on peut commencer les podcasts, parce qu'il y a plein de podcasts à Toronto, il y a plein de podcasts aux States, mais il n'y en a pas vraiment beaucoup au Québec. C'est pour ça, moi, puis Seth, on a eu l'idée de commencer le podcast. So, toi, le basket commence à monter, puis toi, tu mets du light en faisant quelque chose avec le programme de Champlain. C'est vraiment nice.
Puis, je trouve que la raison pour laquelle my real estate business works is really comme grande partie because of my surroundings. And most of my surroundings I've gotten out of basketball, out of the basketball world, right? On fait confiance à nos mondes de basket. Ça fait 10 ans, Kenny, you're family to me, you know what I mean? Puis ça, c'est comme un bond qui ne peut pas vraiment s'utiliser maintenant. Toutes ces connexions-là, c'est bon de les utiliser.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just to show people how to use them. And this is kind of a way to do it.
Well, listen, Kipola, we appreciate you coming on here and talking to us about what you're doing. You know, I think it's a great initiative what you're in, and I really hope that it just becomes bigger and bigger. Because I feel like this is what it's about. Especially like you said, we played basketball 10 years ago, and now look, 10 years later, look where we are now, you know. So in 10 years from now, you know, the plan is going to be big, you know. So definitely. I really appreciate what you're doing for the community.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. Continue doing what you guys do. Puis à suivre pour la reste des choses. For people that want to donate, like I said, you guys can just come in contact with me directly, DM me and send me an email. Mais sinon, le site sera prêt en fait d'ici environ un mois, puisqu'il y aura un link pour aller donate throughout the whole year.
Okay.
So I'll obviously let people know when there's events coming up.
C'est ça. Juste laisse-nous tes coordonnées, on va tout mettre dans notre chaîne et tout, puis dès que tu as le link, on va mettre le link dans notre Instagram, Facebook, et tout, puis tout va être correct.
Perfect. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you for being on here. And for everyone listening, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to keep watching. And please, everyone out there, do things like what Kipola is doing, because that's the only way to bring all of us together and move forward. And you know, so I really appreciate your time here. And once again, my name is Seth Amoa, aka SA.
My name is Kenny, aka KGL.
And stay tuned for our next video episode.